You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we run. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Sorry. Hey, y'all. I'm trying to figure out my head. I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow, y'all. I swear to God. But between now and then, I got to do something, and I'm trying to figure it out. I had the head sculpt the other way. It's just not working out. I don't know. We just going to roll it out. How y'all doing? Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. I look a mess. I don't care at this point. Because you know what? Y'all want me on here or no? You see what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday to ya. Hope y'all doing good. This is the Morning Joce. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button, because why not? I know I'm all over the place. Don't worry about it. I would say it get better, but it don't. Okay, but come on in. If you are new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, and also make sure shout out the replay gang. Y'all drop down in the comments. To let me know what y'all think about today's episode of the Joce. Okay. I want to start off by saying welcome to everybody. Also, I would like to say, if you are a Black American, I love you most. Shout out to everybody, but I love you most. And I need you to do me a favor. Ground, meditate, and pray. It's really free. All you got to do is touch and tap back in with the Most High God so you can defeat this spiritual warfare that we dealing with. And then also, I need y'all to, speaking of spiritual warfare, also, I need y'all to do your genealogy. I'm sorry. Do your genealogy. Please. I say what I said. I do need to add some head wraps. I got some head wraps back there, but I was rushing. Let me tell you something. I had these people coming to my house to do these pantries. Then they messed up the measurements and tried to make it seem like it was my fault. It was just too much going on. So then I told them I'm not about to miss my show because y'all messed up. Then the lady tried to say it was my fault. Then I almost cursed her out. It was just... This morning was a morning, okay? And I had plans on doing a lot, but by the time I got back from going to the gym to coming back here, taking a shower and all of that, battling and windmilling with these people, girl, I'm on here. That's all I got. I'm on here. I don't know how I look, but I'm on here. I smell good. Just took a bath. Every time I come on here, be done just got out the shower, got to know it. So I smell good, I feel good, I look good, and I good, okay? Don't worry about the head. I might look like a little dagger today, but don't worry about it. I'll be bite tomorrow when I go get my hair done. But anyways, y'all, seriously though, all jokes aside, please do your genealogy. Please. I am gonna do some head wraps because I like the head wraps. Y'all know I be wearing the head wraps. I am gonna do some head wraps. I actually am. I do. I really need to. All right, but do your genealogy, Black America. Also, too, if you would like to support the dog, go ahead on and hit the link. I don't know if it's in the chat, but I need y'all. There's my shop is VoodooDollTVShop.com. Make sure y'all go over there and hit that link if y'all would love to support the doll. Make sure you hit the VoodooDollTVShop.com. There we go. Hold on. Let me pin the link. There go the link right there. VoodooDollTVShop.com. If you are a friend or somebody you know, jump in my new EV. Sorry. If you are a friend or somebody you know that would like to support the dog, Babe is the new wave. We got some Babe, Black Americans versus Everybody merch. And then we also have, what's the other one? Oh, my ancestors don't play about me merch as well. Let me see how bad I look. I mean, my head shape funny, but I don't look too bad. I'm looking at me on the camera, girl. I ain't gonna lie. I look somewhat bad. I could look a little better. I'm looking at me. Yeah, I could look better, but I'm here. Dear God, I may be black, I may I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Y'all come on in. So we got a show today, y'all. We got a show today. Today we'll be discussing, I don't know if y'all seen the thumbnail. So I didn't notice this, but when the clear lady came on Instagram and said it, then the 2 and 2 put together. So apparently AI Google search. Google search is no longer a search engine. It's all AI. Did y'all know that? Like, did y'all know that? They say I need lip gloss. Am I ashy by the lips? Hold on. They say put some lip gloss on. Hold on. Am I ashy? Am I cracking? Drop down in the comments. Please let me know. Don't have me out here looking bad. I'd rather y'all come on here and say, "Boo, you look so bad." Just tell me here. Because when we get out to the public, you see what I'm saying? I don't want them people to be they're already dragging me, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, look. So Google search back in the day, I don't know if y'all know this, but back in the day, Google, or not, I'm saying back in the day, about a month or so ago, weeks ago, not even that long ago, you could go into Google search and you could search something and it'll give you a whole bunch of things. But now Google search is no longer that, it is AI. So anything you ask Google search, AI is going to tell you what they think. Not the answer. It's just going to give you what they think. So even when you put in Google's searching stuff through Google, a lot of the times it's giving you jacked up information. This is also why we don't need to be taking everything we get off of Google with a grain of salt. But anyway, we'll discuss that because I think that's very important. We also got to discuss, Mike Epps discussed gentrification, but he discussed how it affects Black America. And I want to share something with y'all to show y'all how we can get over this gentrification thing that they got going on, because we know it's happening all over America. And then we got to get this Caribbean man basically comes out and tells this other person that they are the Aboriginals or the indigenous people of the Caribbeans, and that the other people are imposters, and also they are not African. This is very, very important, Black America, because remember, we have similar stories. Us up in North America have the same similar stories as us in South America and in the Caribbean and in the Hispanic speaking companies or countries where the people look like us, not the imposters that we know about. And let me tell you why this is important, because they want us to believe that they pulled all these people from Africa to bring them over here, and we got to disconnect ourselves from Africa altogether, because that is a psyop within itself. But they want us to believe that they done pulled all us over here from Africa, and that's not the truth. That is not the truth. We indigenous to this land, like the Caribbeans is indigenous to their land, like the Afro-Hispanics or Latinos is indigenous to their land, just like the people, the melanated people in South America are indigenous to their land. We're going to get into that. And shout out to that Caribbean brother for coming on here saying that, because so often I find that the Caribbeans kind of fall back and just let the narrative run. But to hear this man, and they need more like him, because I'm pretty sure he ain't the only one. But to hear this man come on here and say what he said, it gave me a real good hope that them people is still on their stuff. So shout out to him. Then we got to get into Yakub. Y'all know Yakub. Yakub is supposed to be the Black scientist. Now, remember, when we say Black, there are different kinds of Black. That don't necessarily mean Black American. We gonna get into it. But Yakub is the Black scientist that created clears, allegedly. Okay, so we're gonna get into Yakub. We also got to get into Amanda Seales' cheated death on the internet, and Offset protects women. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Oh, and we also got to talk about the indoctrination of children from the 60s. Okay, so y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's jump off the porch. Why not? We here. You feel what I'm saying? Let's jump off the porch and into some content. Why not? Y'all get the likes up. Let me drink some water, child. Sorry. I have to remain hydrated, you know? I hope y'all eating fruits and vegetables and drinking your water. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to buy some cucumbers and put the cucumbers in my water. But I'm going to start doing that. Because they say the cucumbers is good for you, but I gotta start. I gotta get my garden, like my food garden, though. I gotta get my food garden together. Now let's jump off the porch, because why not? Now, what in the world is going on here? Hold on. Drop down in the comments. What is going on? Benzino shows off his body before his 61st birthday. Are we here for it?
Yeah, they good.
Girl, look at Benzino. Go ahead on ZZ. Go ahead on ZZ. Flex for them hoes. Oh, for them niggas. My bad. Go ahead on ZZ. Girl, Benzino, you can't tell Benzino nothing. Do you hear me? He said, I'll be 61 in July. I went and got my yearly checkup, and I have absolutely no health problems. He says, man, listen, the doctor said I'm healthier than most people half my age and that I'll be on earth for a long time. God is real. Stay in the gym, walk the trails, and stay focused. Life is amazing. On top, outside of him looking like a Ninja Turtle on crack, he's right. You know what I'm saying? He looks a mess, but he's healthy. And that's what life is all about. You know what I'm saying? To say he almost 61 outside of his face, he do look decent. I mean, I'm saying he looks decent to say he's going on 61. Now, I know niggas in their 40s that don't look good. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that even though he's a little thrown off, he could get his body right and get in the gym. Shout out to ZZ, bruh. Shout out to Benzino in the gym. He still look a mess. Still looks a mess. We're not gonna take that away, but we're celebrating the fact that he's healthy. He's healthy. He's little. He has no neck, but he's healthy. Okay. Somebody say he got a BBL body. I know you lying. Not giving ZZ a BBL. I don't think that man got no BBL body. I hope not. Now, I want to show this to y'all because this is important. Remember, I told y'all streamers are the new influencers, right? And I told y'all that the reason why they're pushing AB and Dean through the algorithm is because they understand how their streaming is going to affect the people. People are going to look at them as if they are the blueprint and are going to follow suit. Also, AB and Dean do a lot of gay stuff on stream, and they're supposed to be straight men. Now, for the gay people, this ain't about you. This is indoctrination or spiritual warfare on straight men. This is not to turn them gay. Well, yeah, it is to turn them gay, but necessarily to blur the lines between heterosexuality and homosexuality. This is the agenda. When people say there's a gay agenda, this is the agenda. I know a lot of gay people get upset. A lot of gay men get upset and they be like, oh, y'all just don't want us to be here. Y'all just want us unalived. I don't know why y'all keep repeating that duck ass shit because ain't nobody want y'all gone. If they wanted y'all gone, y'all have been up out of here by now. The point is, we have heterosexual, quote unquote, straight men who are doing very suspicious gay activities, and it's being passed off as if it is straight or if it is normal, and it is not. And AB, a person down on his luck, willing to suck anything and do anybody in order to get back on top. So when you see AB and Dean do the weird stuff they do on stream and it goes viral, please know it's not viral because they're funny. No, it's viral because there's a system behind them that pushes in this behavior to the masses in droves because they want all of the boys to become the girls. Now, we've already discussed about the gender wars and the swapping of femininity versus masculinity with men and women. What I'm telling you is this is textbook example on how they push this stuff. Let's get into the video with AB and Dean where they're going to actually kiss. Yes, yes, yes. And you're not going to tell me AB ain't smashing this little boy or the other way around. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Let's get into it.
It's hard, nigga. You don't always gotta just shut the fuck up, nigga. Fuck up, bitch ass nigga. I'm trying to help you get money, nigga. Alright, and King, I'm trying to help you make money. Man, I know you ain't just kiss me, cut. You gotta see me. I know you. You gotta see me. I ain't gonna fight you. You gotta see me, bro. So if you fight me, that's on you. Bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna fight you, but if you fight me, that's on you. Hey, who got mouthwash, bro? What y'all doing, bro? You gotta stay away from me for an hour, bro. You forget, bro. It's hard, nigga. You don't always gotta.
This is predictive programming. This is programming of the people. It is what it is. I don't give a damn what nobody say, and I ain't no phobic of nothing. I know what I'm looking at. The reason why A, B, and Dean are pushed through the algorithm the way that they are is for these subtle little things. And this is the worst part with us. We don't understand how these small things literally shape us as a community. We just won't get it. We just don't get it, and we won't get it. And for those of us who are trying to get it, a lot of us get shamed into not thinking what we were originally thinking. Not me, though, because a bitch can't shame me into nothing. What I think is what I think. You can't make me think how you want me to think. That'll never happen with a capital N. Okay. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people feel this way and scared to say it or can't say it because they're afraid that people are going to call them homophobic. This has nothing to do with homosexuals or phobia. This is about two quote unquote straight men who portray themselves to be straight but do gay shit all day, all night on stream, and is pushed through the algorithm for young, unsuspecting, and even old, unsuspecting fools to repeat the behavior. And the women running around here saying, oh, who gonna be the boys? I already told you, take a look in the mirror. Let's move on. Let's move on. I know what I'm looking at. Can't nobody make me feel like I'm crazy. Diva, thank you so much for the super chat. Says I sent you an email. Presiding judge in Carmelo trial is friends with the victim's dad. Allegedly, they're trying to trigger us to act a fool. #babe. Thank you so much for the super chat. You know, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm not about to follow this trial every day. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not about to down my energy on the trial. Now, I do keep my ears to the street. I didn't see your email, but I'll definitely go check it out. But this is Texas. We gotta be reminded that this is Texas, one of the most racist states in the South. So we can't be shocked at some of the things that's coming out. But I did hear that he's had some good testimony and some bad, but yet still some good. Thank you, Diva, for the super chat. I appreciate you. But I'm not going to get engulfed in the Carmelo Anthony trial. I was until I realized they're trying to race bait us. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep my ears to the streets and we'll see how it goes. But I see what they're doing. I see the play, y'all. I get it. Some people may not see what it is. But I see exactly what's going on and I don't want no parts. I ain't even going to lie. They trying to get us jacked up all the way up. Like, remember, at the end of the day, even with us against them Asians, at the end of the day, they signed in a Stop Asian Hate bill. You don't even have to put your hands on them Asians. I'm telling you now, if you go around there messing with them Asians, your ass going to prison. I don't care if you just say something to them they don't like. If you go around there with them Asians, you're going to prison. This is done by design. It's the same thing with the Carmelo Anthony thing. They want us to get all irate. Remember, we have been doing just fine while the rest of the world was losing their mind behind the war in Israel and all this other stuff. Now, all of a sudden, here we come and they got us over here. We can boycott in silence. We don't have to go down there and fight and with the pads saying hell no. We don't have to do none of that. We could just stay at home and put our purse up. You see what I'm saying? We could just zip our purse and go on about our business. But I'm not about to get caught into the day-to-day, every day with that, because it's gonna send y'all on emotional roller coasters that a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to come back from. Just like George Floyd, Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin, a lot of people still haven't come back from that. That's why when people mention them, they get triggered. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live my life like that. I'm good. Let's move on. Now, did y'all see this video where this clear man said, if you don't have $1.5 million saved up by 65, you're screwed? Well, that's most of America. Let's get into it.
I tell people a minimum of 1.5 million by the time you're 65. That's the minimum you have to have saved up. You can actually survive off that for the rest of your life if you have $1.5 million, in a very conservative portfolio.
Living off 4%.
3.8, 4.1, that's kind of where we're going. And I don't think we're going to get a lot of rate cuts like people think. There's a lot of inflation in the system right now that's still up at 3. But anyways, you have to have a strategy in your, mid to late 20s on how I'm going to get to $1.5 million with no debt. That means pay your mortgage off, end up with $1.5 million. And of course, you have the benefit of compound interest and, market cap going up on the market over 20, 30 years, which it generally does, 8 to 10% a year. If you're an entrepreneur and you're taking a lot of risk, you'll want to get $5 million in T-bills sitting in an account. That is what I call, and excuse my French, the fuck you money. That gives you the power to do whatever you want and, take care of catastrophic outcomes like illness and everything else. That protects you. I tell people a minimum of 1.5 million by the time you're 65.
Y'all be noticing they all be doing them little hands. Listen, the average American will not have $1.5 million saved up, which is why we'll go into which is why the average American will go into slavery. I don't give a damn what color you is. Your ass going into slavery. It's not going to look like Roots, but it is going to be another level of slavery. That's the point. They want it to be so defined. They want that line so defined where the rich are rich and everybody else is everybody else. Put a 3 in the chat if you ever seen that that episode when the Jetsons met the Flintstones. Put a 3 in the chat. Have y'all ever watched those shows? I'm pretty sure 99% of y'all have watched the Jetsons and the Flintstones. I never watched cartoons. Don't get me the line. I may have seen a couple of pieces of an episode here and there. Even as a child, I never was into cartoons, but I understood the Jetsons and the Flintstones. What I didn't know was that the Jetsons and the Flintstones was happening at the same time. So they did an episode where the Jetsons got into their time machine and they were supposed to be going to the future, but they ended up I think they're saying they didn't go nowhere. They ended up right there in Bedrock where it was a completely different type of people. The Bedrock people were primitive, whereas the Jetsons had all of the technology, the robot and all this, that, and third. That's what we going to. Now, we probably won't be using beaks and all of that to dial phone calls and all of that stuff, but ultimately that's where we're going. We're going to where it's going to be the haves literally and the have-nots. You either going to have it or you're not. Ain't going to be no in between. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna be just like that episode of when the Jetsons ran across what do you call them? The people from Bedrock. It's gonna be like a culture shock. Like what? Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm telling y'all now. That's why I tell y'all. And let me say this too. I'm not telling you to quit your job because I know you bitches get the windmilling with your head down whenever I speak about anything other than you clocking in on your 9 to 5. But let me just say this. The Most High God gave certain people creative skills. And those skills are meant for you to hone outside of a 9 to 5. Listen to me and listen to me good. Not only are those skills meant for you to hone outside of a 9 to 5, those skills are your gifts that's going to get you up out of this slavery shit. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. Who am I? I'm just a girl on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? But what I will say is this. If you continue to do the same thing you've been doing and expect a different result, we all know what the answer to that means. It's insanity. Or what I call insanitary, okay? So for y'all who are creative, for those of you who know how to create, build, do things outside of when you clocking in and out, you might want to hone in on that and start really tapping into that because that's your way out. See, everybody don't have that. Some of us really just don't. We're going to get stuck in the matrix. We're going to get stuck in all of this stuff, and it is what it is. But God has blessed a lot of us. Like I say, I tell people all the time, I don't give a damn if you putting together paper clips, bitch. Whatever it is you do that is creative, that is your way out. Now, scared money don't make no money, and you can sit up here and play like, oh, I can't. Good. You're going to be at 65 hoping you can retire, which we know most people get to 65 and can't retire because they still got to work. You're going to be right in the system. So please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, especially to my creatives, that's why I make y'all put 3s in the chat, especially to my creatives, tap into the gift that God gave you. That's your ticket out. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to somebody. Your creative skills is your ticket out of slavery. Now, if you're scared to tap in, then you'll just walk right into slavery. It is what it is. Let's move on. Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. You might not think what you're doing is creative. You may not think what you're doing is a thing. Put it out there. You'd be surprised. Put it out there. You'd be surprised. Because I think of stuff that's very unorthodox all the time. And I be thinking, man, I wish somebody invented this. And I know it's somebody in the world like, I got it. You see what I'm saying? So please put it out there. Put it out there. Don't be scared. You ain't got to quit your job. Just tap into your creative skills. If you don't, you're screwed. Let's move on. I'm just trying to help y'all out now. And if y'all don't know what your creative skills are, all you have to do is tap in, ground, meditate, pray. That'll tell you. And speaking of creativity skills and what the hell is going on, what the hell is this? Now, they say this man supposed to be a genius, but I'll be damned. What the hell is Ye doing? Kanye West and his wife, Bianca Sensory, gets a little spicy. Are we here for it? What? What is this nigga doing? And why is he feeding milk to a clear woman next to a cow? Now, they say he supposed to be a genius, girl, and maybe this one is too far over my head and above my pay grade, but I ain't gonna lie. This some craziness here. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Kanye found him a white slave and he ain't looked back. That's all I got. Kanye went found him a white slave, and this is his big FU to the Jews who got him locked up, who got his mind locked up. This how he get back at him, but he don't know that they don't give a damn about their women's. Duh. He could have asked me. They don't give a damn about them hoes. They only care when it's, when they trying to save face, but clear men don't care about their women. I'm just playing. I don't want no clear man say, what are you saying? What are you trying to say, voodoo? I love my wife. Shut your white ass up. I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he look a mess. Bianca look a mess. And yeah, she's his white slave. That's all I got from it. Now, I want to move on to this. Congratulations and condolences are in order. New York. They say it was game, 2 or 3? Drop down in the comments. They say it was game 2 or 3 last night. And they say, don't get me the line, because I wasn't out there by the lady, the green lady with the thing in her hand. I wasn't out there. So please, if you're in here and you was out there, drop down in the comments. They say when y'all lost, they say the whole city went crazy. Now, let me just say this to the New York people out here. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know I love y'all down to the ground. But baby, y'all got to stop for them people put y'all on a curfew. Y'all can't be out there tearing them people stuff up. And I know it ain't most of the Negroes, because we know we don't get away with that. It's a lot of them Arabs, a lot of them Jews, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the clears and the Hispanics down there tearing New York up. But at the end of the day, one thing I did notice was that all the police was downtown for the game. That was the part that told me y'all was about to lose. When I saw all of the police was downtown for the game, 2 things popped in my head. Number 1, y'all niggas about to lose. Number 2, I said, oh, the niggas in the hood about to have a gay old time. No pun intended. These niggas about to rob, steal, kill, and destroy, because all the police downtown at the game. You see what I'm saying? Now, I heard Trump pulled up to the game. I heard Trump was there. They say he got booed. I'm pretty sure he gonna cuss all y'all out when he get the Truth Social. So just wait for it. Then I heard Cardi B went out there cosplaying Nicki Minaj and sung the halftime show, and they say she the reason why they lost. All I know is the green lady with the thing in her hand was shaking her head last night because y'all told New York down to the ground. Y'all got to stop and learn how to control yourselves. It's only game 3 now. You got 3 more games to go if God say the same. Let's get into the mayhem that happened out in New York. Shout out to y'all with the New York people, y'all. It was a lot. Hold on, let me put the volume on so y'all can hear. Y'all can't believe y'all cut up like that in them people's city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Like this.
Look at all the police. Let me tell you something. I'm from New Orleans. See, if this was New Orleans, crime would have been through the roof that night. Do you hear me? You mean y'all gonna tap all of the police and send them downtown? Oh, girl, when I tell you drug dealers would have been drug dealing, killers would have been killing. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas would have been nigging. It would have been a lot going on. I don't know how y'all do up in New York, but I'm saying y'all had an out last night. Y'all had a pass.
Mike, and he had a mixed feeling. Do you?
Girl, look at all the police. I can count on one hand how many of them is Negro, and I'm still got fingers left off the one hand. Now look, Trump was down at the game, and the people booed him. Now Trump, you should have called me. Why would you go down there? You know them people in New York don't like you. Them people in New York can't stand you, Trump. You should have called me. I would have told you don't go down there. Trump decided to go to the game, and they booed his ass. Jigga was at the game. Jay-Z was at the game. Did y'all see him? And he pushed his afro back because y'all hoes was saying that he had on a lace front, and we still think it's a lace front. I don't know what he want us to think, but we still think this is a lace front. Jay-Z pulled up to the game. That's y'all problem. Y'all had too many celebrities out there, baby. Y'all weren't supposed to do all of that. That's y'all problem. All y'all needed was Spike Lee and the 3 other celebrities y'all be having at y'all game. Hold on. Because I got to show y'all. Hold on. Girl, look at the people down there. Now, this was when they won. This when they won. Is y'all up 2-1? What's the series going now? What is the NBA series? Where y'all at, girl? Because y'all acting like the life done went out you. NBA series finals 2025. Where we in? 2026? Girl, what is the score now? Because y'all... All right. So it say... Oh, no, not this. All right, y'all up 2-1. Y'all all right. It's going to be all right. It's all right now. Y'all up 2-1. Now, this is what I want to show y'all. Now, did y'all see Cardi B perform? Now, the people say Cardi is the reason why they lost. They say Cardi shouldn't have been there. Neither should have Trump been there. And I'm with y'all. Look. ask y'all a question with the BBLs. Why it be making y'all coochies look so long? Does that make sense? Like when the girls go get the BBLs, like they booty from the front, not from the back. But from the front, it look like the hip or the waist to the under here, it look longer, and it make y'all coochies look wider and longer too. What that be? Do that be the high under there? Like what be making y'all coochies look like the inside of crab legs? Does that make sense? Is it just me? And they said that she went got the long weave like Nicki Minaj, and I said sound about right. Uh-huh. Listen.
Yeah. You got a sister Cardi?
Yeah, I do.
What's her name?
Yeah.
You got a sister Cardi?
Yeah, I do.
What's her name?
Oh, Hennessy bad, baby. You ain't ready for Hennessy, baby. Hennessy bad. I wanted to show y'all. Look at Cardi at the game. On Couture. Look at the little Couture. Lil Couture putting his devil horns up. Go ahead on, Lil Couture. Cardi got Lil Couture out there in the bike. She ain't bring all the churn, just a little bit. And then Cardi had no, before we get, I want to get into her performance. She look a mess. She do. I didn't like the way the inside of her legs, between her legs look. I didn't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like that she wearing the long weave like Nicki Minaj. But you know, Cardi is a tether. And what tethers do, y'all got to understand the MO of a tether. What tethers do is tether on to other things and cosplay as if it is theirs. That's what she does. Even though Nicki is a tether too. Let's really be clear about that. And if Nicki had the long weave, it wasn't inspired by Trinidad or the Asian people she claims. That was still inspired by us. Everything Nicki had is inspired by Black America. Let's really be clear. Because I don't want to make it seem like only one of these girls are tethers. Both of them are tethers. And Nicki Minaj tethered on to Kimberly Denise Jones, a.k.a. Little Kim. So technically, the original tether can't be mad at the third time tether. She's a 3-time loser. You can't get mad, Nicki. You tethered on to Kim. Let that girl tether on to you. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't like Cardi because she don't have an original thought. At least Nicki had some, not all. She had some original. I ain't gonna lie. Let me take that back. I don't even know if Nicki had original thoughts. But at the end of the day, Cardi, you look a mess. You look a mess. I don't like the way your bottom look. I don't. It look like cracked crab legs. You look a mess. And then she want to come back and say that the Knicks fans need to come on her live so they could pray for the next game. Bitch, please. I wish y'all would. That's why y'all lost. She probably did Santorino on y'all.
Blast. The Knicks lost, but I'm still so proud of them. And I'm still so proud of them because it's just like, you know, it's not like they lost by like mad points and shit like that. Like they was working. It's just like it is what it is. On Wednesday, I think before the game, all Knicks fans should get on my live and we should pray all together. I think we should do we should have a prayer circle for the Knicks to win. Wemby in person really look like a giraffe. He is so tall. I never seen somebody so tall before. It's like, wow. What the fuck? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. From like I said, fuck. He said he bad luck. It probably was. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You can't stop the president from fucking going to a game. But it did feel a little dark in there. But it's okay. Like, you know how you always wonder how they look? Yeah, I saw them in person. They was like in front of my car. They was making us do mad circles, man, everything. I wasn't even gonna complain because I kind of get it. But it was like, wow. It felt kind of dark. It felt like you know what? How it felt like in there? It felt like the principal was there and everybody had to be like on their best behaviors and shit like that. But nevertheless, sorry, y'all. I be hearing noises. I be getting scared. I know I have security and everything, but you just never know. After Pop Smoke died and everything, I was like, all right, I need to start hiring security for outside my home. And I don't give a fuck. That's what I do. That's why I can never run out of money. I cannot sleep if I don't got security outside my crib. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you cross this gate, you gonna die. 'Cause I don't got just security outside. I got retired cops that are straight connected to the motherfucking county shit. My son had a blast. He was so freaking happy. He's always asking for the phone. He did not ask for the phone not one time. He was having a blast. He was cheering. He was jumping. Usually, he'll be asking for his phone. You look slow.
So, okay, we've had enough of Cardi. Cardi says that basically the Knicks should come on her live and they should pray before the next game. Whereas I went over there and talked to the Knicks fans and they said, bitch, you the reason why they lost. Girl, them people say you got up there singing Bodak Yellow and through the whole game, Barty. And plus, I don't like nothing you saying. Girl, go lay down. Well, you already laying down. Go get out of here, Cardi. Ain't nobody want you at no game. Plus, you don't even look like you watch no basketball. Just came over there talking about how the energy was dark. It probably was dark when you came in there, Dark Queen Duck. Get her off of here. Anyways, New York, y'all up 2-1. Okay? What we going on? Game 4? Y'all actually might go 7. You see what I'm saying? And if y'all go 7, I need all of New York to please be on y'all best behavior. Don't tear up. Well, it ain't the niggas out there. I know who it is. It's them tethers and them foreigners. Negroes, stay safe. Just stay safe and stay out the way and let them crackers and them graham crackers and them saltines and them wheat thins, let them tear the whole city up. And you just stay out the way, because I know they're going to go crazy. Niggas probably throwing their own little 1-2 yin-yin at the crib. They might have a couple of things going down at the bar, at the club. But for the most part, I know we out the way. Let the wheat thins and all of them other things and the graham crackers tear it up. Y'all just stay out the way. You feel what I'm saying? Drink your little liquor. Make sure you're making home safe. Stay out the way, Black America. Please, stay out the way. Y'all might go to 7, though, if y'all up 2-1. Y'all might go to 7. When y'all go to San Antonio next game? Because if y'all go to San Antonio next game, y'all about to be 2-2. No shade. I'm just saying, you know? They got to make it interesting. We ain't got nothing else going on. I think they're going to want this one go 7. See, I understand the script behind sports. And I understand how it affects or how it coincides with the world. And seeing that the world is at the craziness that it's at, I could definitely see it going 7, 2-2. And then next thing y'all, I don't know. I could see that. I could see it. Let's move on. But congratulations to New York. It's just one loss. We still got more basketball, to play. And speaking of football and basketball, Cardi B baby daddy in his new purse. Y'all not about to tell me they not using these celebrities as puppets to push an agenda. You're not going to tell me they're not. I don't believe that these men, especially these hard athletes, are going out looking to be a bitch. I just don't believe it. Especially somebody like Stephon Diggs, who wants nothing but to get back in the league. He'll do anything. So if they say put a purse on and a thong, he going to run that bitch up the street because he want to get back in the league. Yes, this is giving very Boondocks. This is giving all of that. This is giving all of that, okay? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm glad he ain't my baby father. Hello? He looks so bad. Just like Rihanna. Oh, speaking of, I want to write this down because we're going to talk about this lady. Just like Rihanna, and I believe her and her marriage is contrived. Let me write her down. Kelly Price. We got to Joce her later on. We gonna Joce Kelly Price later on too. Because let me tell you something Kelly Price said. Kelly Price said her husband was sent to her. You know what that tells me? First of all, it confirmed what I've been telling y'all, that they be arranging them freaking marriages. I've been told y'all that. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you now, just like Kelly Price said they arranged their marriage, I believe A$AP Rocky was arranged to go over there and play with Rihanna. And I also believe Cardi and that nigga was arranged, but she got caught up and got pregnant. Said what I said. I'm telling you, this industry is dark. When y'all really understand how the things work and why they do what they do, you will understand why these things happen. It sounds asinine if you don't understand the backstory. Like, why would they put celebrities together? Because you don't understand the backstory. You know, my biggest example of that is Eddie Murphy's son is having a baby with Martin Lawrence's daughter. That is an arranged situation and or marriage, because they're going to procreate and create the best comedic or whatever genius they're going to create from them too. I know what I'm looking at. I know exactly what I'm looking at. But we're going to get on Kelly Price later on, because Kelly was on here saying them people trying to pop upside the head now. And you know, I wanted to say this to Kelly. Kelly, girl, I had your back last time. Yes, I did. When you went missing. And Kelly came on here and cussed us out, baby. Yes, she did. Kelly told us mind our business. She was with her husband and don't worry about what the hell she got going on. Yes, she did. Y'all remember, if y'all was here a while ago when Kelly went missing, we was over here putting feet to the ground trying to find Kelly. Kelly told us mind our ugly ass business. Well, here we are. Now Kelly on the internet telling us that she feel like the people trying to pop her like they did Angie Stone. And we over here saying, but I thought you told us to mind our business. Kelly cussed us out and her churn. I was there. When Kelly went missing with the husband, the one she said that they sent to her, Kelly came back out of hiding and cussed the churn out and cussed us out too. Yes, she did. And all I could think of was, bitch, didn't you write a song saying you should have told me? Bitch, we was trying to tell you. Now you want to come on the internet and tell us they're trying to pop you upside the head. What you want us to do? See, we're going to get into it later on. Later on. Make sure y'all pull up. We'll get into it later on. Because Kelly really blew me with that. She really did. She really blew me. Because, girl, you want our help or no? Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, you want us to help you or not? Like, what's tea? Like, we was over there ready to fight your husband for you, and you came out there and cussed us out. Kelly, duck ass. Kelly get on my nerves. Let's move on with her duck ass. Now, Big Tigger wife put up another post. I don't know how new this is, but this the other post. Now, the last post she put up, she said Big Tigger had done popped across the head with a 2x4. Now she on here with no marks.
All right, to all.
Back up, Tasha.
Somebody asked me, do I have freckles? I do. They just be randomly popping up, but yes, I do.
Yeah. You know, I knew dudes like Tigger. They only like the crazy girls because they good in bed. I know 2 dudes like that. They actually fell in love with 2 crazy ass bitches because them hoes was fire in bed. I think that probably be what it was. I don't know. I wasn't there. But at the end of the day, Tigger, you might get exonerated. You might. I don't know. Don't get me the line. You might. Because this bitch look crazier than the road lizard. Said what I said. Something wrong with that hoe. Something in the milk ain't clean about her. Mm-hmm. Y'all move on. Y'all, let's move on. Let me read a couple of super chats. K1820, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for not dealing with the trial. I'll be so excited when I get my notifications. You're on. You, Rod Hayes, Billy Carson, and Bridell Rice raised my good juju. I'm not on social media. It all lowers my frequency. Thank you, K1820. And to put me in the lane with Rod Hayes, I don't know about Billy Carson, but to put me in the lane with Rod Hayes, I am super, super thankful. But let me say this too. I don't want to drag the trial because I understand what it is going to do, not only to my energy, but to yours as well. I am trying to get us in an uplifting state. Yeah, we Joce, yeah, we drag, we whoop the whoop the whoop. But if we follow the trial day in and day out, it is literally going to mess with your energy. It's going to mess with your grounding. It's going to mess with your meditating. It's going to mess with your trying to connect back to source, because you're going to be so engulfed and so into what's going on with that trial when we can't control none of that. So I personally, for me and for y'all, I know I'm not going to do it. Thank you, K1820. Untamed Mo. Thank you, Untamed Mo, for the super chat. Says checking in from Savannah. I love Savannah. Savannah is like a New Orleans junior. I love Savannah. You know, my birthday March 13th. And I remember I went out there the second year I came out here. I spent my birthday out there for St. Patrick's Day. When I tell you, me and my people cut up, tore Savannah down to the ground. I love everything about Savannah. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. Thank you, Untamed Mo. She says, checking in from Savannah, Georgia. I never miss a show. I'm entertained every day. Girl, you keep us laughing. Thank you for all the insight on grounding. Thank you, Untamed Mo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for all the love and support. I love me some Savannah, girl. Savannah is the next best thing to make me feel like who is this? Girl, these niggas be texting me, girl. I be done forgot who this is. Oh, anyway, sorry. I'm off on a tangent. No, Savannah, it gives me an old feel. It makes me feel like New Orleans with the marsh trees and all of that stuff. I adore Savannah. I adore Savannah. And shout out to you, beautiful. Thank you, Untamed Mo, for the super chat. I appreciate you and the support. Sierra Collins, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you. And Night Owl, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. You know, y'all, I was talking to my daddy, and my dad had been driving trucks for over 40 years, cross country for a nice portion of that. And my daddy was telling me how he was proud of me for being able to go see the world and all that stuff. And you know, I told my daddy, I said, but you know, you was able to see the United States in a way that most people won't ever get to see, because he done drove trucks between here, Canada, Mexico, and whoop. So we got to talking about Oregon, because I told him I saw on TikTok how beautiful Oregon was. And when I tell you, my daddy started going down the list of how beautiful all the things up in Oregon, man, I know I'm going to see the world and I want to see the world. But I'm telling you now, I employ all of y'all. If you don't have a passport, start right here in North America. Listen to me and listen to me good. I am going to be do some trips in America as well, because I understand that they keep us focused on outside so that we won't know what's going on inside. But when I tell you Oregon is like an oasis, it's beautiful. It looked like Germany in Oregon, okay? I'm saying all that to say, if you can, and you can get out and do a road trip to like the Grand Canyon or somewhere else up in America, please try to do so, because I know I am. I'm going to start trying to do weekend vacations, just, you know what I'm saying? Just to go up for the weekend. Friday evening, catch a flight. You feel what I'm saying? Be up there Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, come back. I really am. I'm about to start trying to see America. I've been trying to, I'm going to try to go see America, because I feel like we missing a whole lot by not looking at our backyards, which is America. Now, moving on. I did want to bring this up too. Did y'all see these young people shout out to Chicago? They got these young people in Chicago. I did want to shine a positive light. So they got these young people in Chicago that are starting this thing together, this is how you start community. It's called OGs and YGs, shut down infamous 79th Street in a new unity takeover. Is this a solution to crime? It's a start if it ain't a solution. Let's get into this. Shout out to my brothers and sisters out there in Chicago. I love y'all down. Y'all know Chicago, my next favorite place in the world. Shout out to Chicago.
Problems, we out here working. We're stopping it.
How old you is?
I'm 17.
Yeah.
17 doing it.
Yeah, how old you is?
I'm 37.
You see the age? Yeah.
We out here. We used to be out here 100 deep, drinking, smoking, doing everything you can name of. 100 deep doing what? Now we 100 deep doing what? Now we 100 deep pushing unity. Now we 100 deep pushing unity.
Where we
on
at?
the same block. We in Julio Rail, China, aka the cemetery.
Yeah.
AKA they don't believe in peace over here, but we walking through. We walking through big unity.
Big unity.
Big unity.
Where we at? Where we at?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How y'all coming? How y'all coming? How y'all coming? We just keep getting deeper and deeper. You hear me? Let's go. Yeah.
Big love.
Big unity. Yeah. We just shut down the 9. We just shut down the 9. We just shut down the 9. Shut down the 9. Shut down the 9. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen a generation of men in particular that's scared of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old boys. It's on us as grown men in particular to come out here and stand up and hold down the village. And big shout out to all the sisters that rock with the brothers too. Because we can't do nothing without the sisters, right?
We outside. Big unity.
Yes, sir.
At that, man. You see where we at, man?
Where we at, man?
On 79, man. Let's get ugly, man. Ugly out here, man. For real. Put them guns down, man.
Man, we right on St. Knox Cottage. The birth of the place I met Iron Children. The birth of the place I met GC. When we started pushing peace, we first passed out 500 meals. Now we here again. At least 4 years later, still doing the same thing with more people. Look at this. Big unity. You know that.
Yeah.
Big unity. Big unity.
Yeah.
No matter where you from, I love y'all, man. Energy is contagious. Don't hesitate to touch somebody. Don't hesitate to love somebody. Love on yourself. Love on your family. Love on your community.
Together. We all we got. We all we need.
So with all that we got in our community, why can't we come together in righteousness and make our community a safe and decent place to live?
Oh, man, if we don't do it, who gonna do it, man? We out here, man, this summer, man. Big unity, real boots on ground, shawty on beat. Real east side. Yeah.
Shout out to these people, man. Shout out to Chicago. JM said, I'm from Chicago and wouldn't go nowhere near 79th Street. You know what, though? That's probably why they protesting on that street. It's probably not the best of the best neighborhoods, and this is where they need to protest. You know how your mama used to say, I'm a tell you, I'm gonna whip your ass where you act up at or something like that. It's kind of like that. I love this. I love this. This is what I mean when I say find like-minded individuals, people who want to see a change, and just build with them people. You know what I'm saying? Even if some of them people are out there for show. I love this. This is dope. This is something that we need to continue to do. That dude looked familiar getting out that truck. Who that boy was? That boy who stuck his head out the truck. Look like I seen them on the internet or in real life before. Anyway, yeah, that energy is powerful and it is spiritual. And shout out to Chicago, because that's one of the places that they drag for all the time about how horrible it is with the crime and this, that, and the third. To see them out there doing that, I'm here for it. Now, this is the last honorable mention before we get into the show. I want to talk to my ladies out here. To the young ladies. Matter of fact, let me let the video play and then I'll give you my response. It says, fellas, are you going through a woman's product when you spend the night? Now, this boy went through the girl's house, I guess her bathroom, to go through her feminine products. Let's see what he found.
I'm finna put y'all down. You go over big house. We looking at their bathroom counter trying to see everything they got. Right? If she got that her fantasy box, she a whole freak out here, bro. I'm talking about all this do it make the better. It got vitamin E in it, tea tree oil. You know what I'm saying? It's a fresh smelling private area. Keep it wet. Support vaginal health. Keep it tight. Locks in moisture. Promote healthy skin, and that thing soft and squishy. That you feel me? You say body splash, hydrating body oil, yummy. You gonna eat on her, bro. I'm telling you, you go over to Big House, she got that her fantasy box, that baby trap. You feel? Don't go in there playing, bro. You gonna squirm all in there and get what? If you been drinking and fucking up out here, get what? It keep the pH balance on point. It got that agua, the avocado oil. Stop playing with her. If you go over her house, she got that her fantasy box. She gonna put that witchcraft on you. All I'm trying to tell you, my boy. I'm finna put.
So, okay, that was a young man who went through the young lady's bathroom. And let me just say this. I am not by no means trying to go through a woman's bathroom. But let me say this. If a woman has all those products, her coochie stinks. That's it. It's science. If a woman is squirting all of that shit up her vagina, it stinks. It's not even up for debate. Like anybody who knows about vaginal health, you know, sticking one of those things up your vagina will throw your BV way off. But then it stinks. And she has to do that before you have sex so that it won't stink. That's number one. Number two, do y'all know that these sexual drugs, that these gas station pills and this stuff that I know the girl in New Orleans got the hidden vote. Y'all do know that this stuff ain't regulated, right? Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that y'all are literally like lab rats in a clinical trial when y'all go get all of this sexual enhancement drugs. You see what I'm saying? Did I say BV off? Your pH is off. Your pH balance goes off. But listen, do y'all understand that you are a lab rat in these people clinical trials with this bullshit? None of this stuff that they selling y'all on the corner this stuff ain't regulated. The healthiest pH balance is a woman who uses warm water. That's it. All you need is warm water. That's it. Not even soap. Just warm. I learned this in sex education. Screw real life. I learned this in sex education. All you need is warm water. When you go to adding all of it, now you're wondering why the yeast infections won't go nowhere. The BV won't go nowhere. You're always smelling and you clean. This is why. All you need is warm water. I'm not no doctor, but I have a clean vagina. Okay? All you need is warm water. That's it. All of these things that y'all putting in y'all bodies to have sexual experiences, to be this, that, and the third, y'all are screwing yourself health-wise. Also, sexually. Y'all too young to be needing all of this. Y'all are too young to have to start up your coochies in your birds. Y'all too young. Come on now. See, when I was growing up, the old men in their 50s and their 60s, they was the only ones popping them pills because they were suffering with gout and they couldn't quite get the boy to stay up. You see what I'm saying? That was back when I was young. Now, these churn be in 19, 20, 21, and they go and get the gel, the pills, and this. And I'm saying to myself, y'all screwing your sexual health up at a young age. Yeah, drink some water, eat your fruit. Your vagina's not supposed to smell like roses, ladies and gentlemen, or lavender, or what else they say. I'm just trying to help the young ladies out in the chat who think that because all of the people online are taking this stuff, that I should go and get it. No. You should stay as far away from this stuff as possible. And to the young men in the chat, if you go into a woman's bathroom and she got all them products, she having issues between her legs. Now let's move on. The only way I'll let you stop me is if I start lying. If you go through the cabinet and she got all of that shit down there, she got some issues between her legs. Say what I said. Now let's move on. And I'm not even a gynecologist, okay? I ain't got to be no gynecologist. I just know about vaginas, okay? I have one. Hello? The fuck? Girl, please. Yeah, this different. Let's move on. And stop spraying stuff between your legs too. That's another reason why your pH can't get right. For the girls in the bike, okay? Now let's move on. I want to get into wait, what is this? Oh. Really quickly. I didn't trust Huey P. Newton. I never trusted Huey P. Newton, and I never trusted Angela. What's that lady name? The light-skinned one with the bush. Angela. Y'all know her name. The lady from the 70s. Huey P. Newton and that bitch Angela with the European Davis. That's her name, Angela Davis. Angela Davis and Huey P. Newton, I have never trusted. I've always thought Angela Davis was a spy or agent, and I was squinting my eyes at Huey P. Newton. But when I saw this video, I was like, I know I should have followed my first mind and my first thought. They had so many agents that were put in our units and in our struggle that we don't know who is who. And I believe Huey P. to be one of them. Now, they say he D9, but D9 don't necessarily mean that that's why he an agent, but it helps. Let's get into it.
I may regret posting this.
No, you
Some
won't.
of y'all may be shocked by this, like me. Now, I heard people speak highly about you, brother, but Huey P. Newton, I did not know that you was a part of this stuff. What? Man. I told y'all our history have been fabricated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do we sell out so much, y'all? What's up with my race? I didn't know that he was a part of the Phi Beta Sigma, a fraternity. Oh my gosh, a Greek fraternity. Like, y'all, everybody is a part of this. Look, Martin, Al Sharpton too, throwing up the devil horns. And he always on a big worldwide case. Benjamin Crumb. Look, they all are part of these frats. Look who else. J-Mal.
We already know.
Kappa, YouTuber, Roland Martin, also a part of the Greek letter fraternities. Even Steve, y'all. Steve Harvey. Y'all, the list goes on, but I ain't got time to show everybody. This is unbelievable. Like, this is too much. Wow. Sadly, none of those men I showed y'all follow Jesus Christ. That's the bad part. But I also want to say this too, y'all. It seemed like Malcolm X was the only real solid one, even though I don't follow his teachings, but it seemed like he the only solid one that's not a part of these Greek letter satanic fraternities. I may regret posting this.
Now, let me tell you what my situation was with Huey P. Newton. When y'all remember if y'all ever done any research on the Black Panther Party, for a while, Huey P. Newton was arrested, and the whole Black Panther Party had this whole Free Huey campaign. But I found it odd that him and Angela Davis were two of the people. Number one, they waffle colored, and y'all already know how I ain't gonna say how I feel. What I know to be about the waffle color people that were implemented biracials, because a lot of them are mulattoes and biracials, and they are actual plants. That's how you was able to spot a lot of those plants back then. But I've always found it odd that Huey P. Newton was able to do X, Y, and Z and not get in as much trouble. Yes, he went to jail. It was just certain things about him that never sat right with me. Now, I didn't know he was in the fraternity, but now that I know he is and know that the fraternity is the Boule Junior, if you understand that Martin all the way down, all them people was either Freemasons or fraternity members, then you know that there's a secret society of people who was there to make sure that they carry off this BS without a hitch. I don't trust Huey P. Newton. From the beginning, I don't trust him. And seeing this video was kind of like my confirmation. Now, again, I'm gonna have to do my research on him, and we'll do an educational Friday on Huey P. We done already did Angela Davis. We'll do an educational Friday on Huey P, but I'm telling you, I don't think Huey P, and also too, they named a whole bunch of stuff after him. Typically, when the government celebrates these people, they are your enemies. When they tell you that they're horrible, they are your foe. If they tell you that they're your friend, then they're actually your enemy. Does that make sense? If the government wants you to celebrate them, then you shouldn't celebrate them. If the government wants you to shun them, then you need to figure out what it is they did for you, okay? Now, I want to move on to Angela's, what's this girl name? Amanda Seals, child. Y'all remember Amanda Seals came out on her own recognizance. Nobody asked her to give her opinion. She came out and gave an opinion on Cheyenne Bryant by telling us that Cheyenne Bryant, nothing wrong with her, and we was just hating on her instead of saying that Cheyenne Bryant was wrong for lying to us. Now, after she came out and bucked up for Cheyenne, the people dragged her online, and she came back and said she don't need no social media break. She knows exactly what she's doing, and haters just hating. This is what she said, right? Well, fast forward, now she's online saying that the people almost made her jump off the bridge. Apparently, she said they wanted her to commit suicide, but she refused to, and they almost got her. I cannot stand Amanda Seals. This bitch is a thorn in my side. Let's get into her while she says she reveals She nearly took her own life after critics made her believe she wasn't likable. Quote, you almost got me. Nobody likes Amanda Seales. Nobody. And if she think I'm lying, all she got to do is look to her left and look to her right, bitch. Nobody likes you. I don't know why you thought that we lied about that. Nobody likes you. Let's get into it.
Almost made me take my own life because you almost tricked me into thinking that I wasn't a likable broad and that I didn't deserve to live. You almost got me. Almost got me. Wasn't gonna happen again. It wasn't gonna happen again. In 2020, I really, really, really thought I don't belong here. I mean, I'm not from here. And I really thought, okay, well, you know, it's time to go. Anybody here who's ever had suicidal ideations knows that it's an out-of-body kind of experience because...
And I don't believe that bitch had no thoughts of suicide. That's how crazy she is. I don't believe Amanda Seales not one time had a thought of suicide. I think that she believes that if I go on the internet and say this, it's going to push me in the algorithm, it's going to get me through to the blogs, and I'll get some attention. I don't think that bitch was nowhere around there, anywhere, thinking of taking her own life. This is how crazy and deranged this hoe is. I'm telling you, something wrong with this bitch.
There's like, it's like the angel and the shoulder on your the angel and the devil on your shoulder arguing, right? Because part of you is like, nah, like you good, and the other part of you is like, it's not about you being good. This shit ain't good. This shit ain't good. This shit ain't good. You know? And sometimes it's like, yeah, it's time to go. I had again listened to my intuition when it said, you need to get a psychiatrist because you need to get on meds. And I could have ignored that and played into the social nonsense that tells you that that's not going to be something that you need to do because, you know, of like, I remember I told a homegirl that I had to get on meds and she was like, oh, you should have told me. I would have prayed for you so that you didn't have to. We're not homegirls anymore because that's the dumbest shit out.
So the bitch is on meds. Now it makes sense. Now I see why something wrong with her in the head. She on meds.
However, I know that I'm in Babylon. I know where I'm at.
Girl, you can go back to Grenada today. See, I hate these tether bitches. Ain't nobody asked her to, if you are living in Babylon, your mammy is from Grenada, ain't she? Can't you hop a one-way flight back to Grenada? Ain't nobody holding you hostage here in Babylon. Why is you here, Ike? Why is you here? If Babylon is so bad, so to the point where it got you on meds, hike your dashiki up and pack your bags fat and get your ugly ass back on a jet, back to Grenada or wherever your mama from. Ain't nobody causing you to be here. This girl is mentally retarded. I said what I said. Something wrong with this bitch.
I'm in chaos. My soul is not
meant
to stay here forever, but while it is here in this space, in this particular part of this planet, it needs some help. And so I be on my Lexapro.
Girl.
Y'all almost made me take my own life.
That bitch on meds. She on meds. And I'm not saying that it's bad to be on meds, but this is why she throw it off. The medicine made her come on here and say this. Girl, if Babylon is so bad to you, Amanda, go home. Call your mama, fat. Ask her to get you in touch with the nearest relative from Grenada and tell them to prepare a place for you. You are on the way home. But I bet you won't do that. None of the tethers like to go home. As a matter of fact, if you tell them you're going to send them home, they act like home is hell. This what bothers me with y'all. We don't ask y'all for your help politically, socially, economically, and you don't help anyway. But then y'all come here and act like y'all get stuck here. Ain't nobody making you to stay here, girl. Go home. I bet you if you went home to Grenada, you get rid of the meds. You wouldn't be on the Lexapro or whatever the hell you want. Go home, Amanda Seales. That's all. And I want to make this clear. You are very unlikable. Very, extremely unlikable. Most people don't like Amanda Seales. I understand. I'm one of those people. She doesn't have a likable bone in her body. Everything about her is just ill. It's just annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't say that that's why you almost want to jump off the bridge. Bitch, you probably took 1 or 2 of them pills and it made you want to jump off the bridge. Because ain't nobody telling you to jump, girl. We don't even pay you no mind. There ain't nobody telling you to jump off no bridges. We don't even pay Amanda no mind. Amanda is crazy. She crazy. I know a nigga who will smash her though because he like crazy bitches. My homeboy, he'll smash on her. Jesse, he from Panama too. He'll smash on you. I ought to call my little partner and say, man, go drop something off on Amanda right quick. She tripping. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and he nice too. He got his own crib. He retired. He got money, girl. Call me, Amanda, girl. He'll come drop something off on you. He love a crazy bitch. He love them crazy hoes. Yes, he do. He love them down to the ground. Matter of fact, I'm going to call him when we get off the phone. He is. He Panamanian. They both from the islands. I'm going to call him when we get off the phone. I swear to God. Watch. I'm going to call him. See if we can get her some help. Yeah, I'm going to call him, see if we can get him some help. Yeah. I know this dude, Jesse, going to take, he a girl dick you down, bitch. Do you hear me? He love a crazy bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my little partner. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, I want to bring up, who we about to, oh, Mike Epps. No, before we get into Mike Epps, I do want to talk about Offset. Did y'all see, hold on, shut up, Amanda. Did y'all see Offset had to come to the rescue of some girls? Apparently, they were out of town and some security guard were grabbing and manhandling the girls. And Offset had to come to the girls' defense and threaten the security guard to beat him up. Offset, now we all know you can't fight in real life. Why is you out there threatening these clears? Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's check in on Offset protecting the ladies, y'all. Let's get down in the comments. Let me see what y'all think. Let me see.
Look, he touching women. You putting your hands on women, you touching women. You don't touch no women like that. Wrong round. Sir. I got a guard. Cassez-vous.
Oh, no.
Touchez pas. Don't touch me.
Oh.
Don't touch the women. Don't touch the women. Don't touch the women.
Oh.
Bro, he's grabbing women by their neck. He's grabbing the girls by their neck. I don't give a listen. Yeah. I told him, listen. I told him I will pay him. I told him I'll pay him. You grab the women like this, bro. I'm gonna beat him up. If he grab one more girl like that, I'm gonna beat him.
Man, it ain't even working, man. It ain't working.
You don't understand here, superstars. Superstars is a fun. You understand?
Right? You have a car? Like that. You don't have to be dragging boys out like that. That's crazy. Yo, we can't find one driver.
My bad, y'all. Can y'all hear me? So yeah, apparently, Offset was apparently, sorry, I'm reading and listening to. Offset was apparently protecting some women because the security guard was like, I guess, manhandling them and dragging them out of the car. And Offset didn't too particularly like that. Shout out to Offset. You know, it's not often you see men protect women. We can't see what the women look like. I don't know if they're clear, but I do know that he was out there saying don't manhandle the women. Some people dropped down in the comments. I guess they were Barty fans, and they were like, oh, he couldn't protect Cardi, but he could protect these women. We've never heard of him being physically violent to Cardi. He might be a womanizer, but we've never seen him be physically violent to a woman. So y'all got to stop letting the internet trick y'all minds to believe that just because a man has one flaw, that it means he's flawed all the way around. And yes, Offset has a huge flaw for being a womanizer, but at the end of the day, he don't beat on women, or at least we haven't heard any reports of him beating on women. So it's not far-fetched for him to take up for the women in the sprinter. And regardless of what color they are, it's still the fact that he's a man and he stood up. Shout out to Offset. I'm here for Offset. I love that for him. And y'all got to give that man props when it's due. You know what I'm saying? If you want to. Now, I want to get into Mike Epps, y'all. Mike Epps was talking about the next Friday that they're doing. I guess they're doing another Friday movie, And he said this one is going to talk about gentrification, but not just the idea of gentrification. He said it's going to talk about how it affects Black Americans. So basically the new Friday, I guess they're going to go through some level of gentrification in the movie. And that's what the premise is going to be around. Now, when he starts to talk about gentrification, he starts spitting a lot of facts. And Mike Epps actually owns a whole neighborhood up in Indiana somewhere, I want to say. So he knows a lot about real estate, and he's obviously been paying attention to what these people do. Before we get into this, I want to let you know that I did research on this, but just on New Orleans, because I realized that when I was growing up as a very, very young girl, I used to see white people, then I didn't see them at all. And now as an adult, and I don't live in New Orleans, now the city is full of white people, and they taking all the Black people and moving them out. I did research on this years ago, and I learned that the white people in New Orleans or around New Orleans, they typically move in and out of cities at between 40 and 60-year increments. And this is what they do in order to raise and drop property value, okay? So I'll give you an example. In New Orleans, the white folks will move into the city, and they'll move in after the Black people have already raised the property value up through crime and all kinds of things. Then when they move into the city, mind you, they work in there, they have a less commute, and they have easy range to basically go get them houses that was priced at nothing, and they can turn them into $1 million homes. And then while the white folks are moving into the city, they move the Black people out of the city and make them go on the outskirts. Now, they do keep enough Black people in the city to keep the culture. This is what they do. But for the mass majority of Black people, especially if you're on Section 8 welfare or if you rent, they're basically pushing you in and out. This is done by design. This is done by design. This is what these clears are doing. They're literally making us raise the property value, but through crime and all kinds of drugs and all this stuff. And then they come right on the back of us, push us out, and turn them crack houses into $1 million, $2 million, $3 million homes. And the reason why this keeps happening, Black America, is because we haven't figured out what it is they're doing and how and why they're doing it. We understand the results. We cry about that all the time, which is, oh, they moved us all out the city. Oh, this gentrification. That's the results. That's the cry too late. What I'm asking you is, what I'm telling you is what we need to do is find what law, what bill, what is it that they're doing legally that allows them to do what they're doing, and we need to go and attack that to stop gentrification across the board. Until we attack the origin, the beginning, the why or the what, okay, we'll still remain in this situation. But again, let's get into Mike Epps. And he's going to talk about the movie, but he's going to spit some game about gentrification as a whole. Y'all get the likes up.
All over the world.
And let me say this too before we move on. All my Black Americans who are heavy into politics, all of the Black Americans, get me up here. This is my plea to all of my Black American people who are heavy into politics. I know y'all want to make things right for Black America, but I would ask y'all who are heavy into politics, why don't y'all start attacking the political things that actually make a difference, like gentrification, Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of worried about who's going to be the president, we need to, for the political people, for the people who like to go pull up on the Democrats and say, what about reparations? For the people who like to go pull up on the Republicans and say, y'all hate black people. Why don't y'all take that energy and go put it toward actually making a change politically in our areas instead of fighting over nonsense about presidents and mayors and stuff? Because that's a whole bunch of low-hanging fruit. That's nonsense. We could actually make the change if we take the people who are literally politically sound. I'm talking about y'all who really into this shit, and really take that energy and put it toward the stuff that we need, like the schooling, the neighborhood. That's where we need y'all, in my opinion. I'm not into politics, but if I was, I think that's where I think our energy should go. But let's get into Mike Epps. My bad.
Yes, it is. And this is a movie to show the effect of it for a black man. See, they talking about gentrification, but they're not telling the true story of what it is doing to the inner city black people who have lived in these neighborhoods.
This is all they got.
This is all they taking these houses from them. And those houses back in the day, when we look at those videos and stuff, and you see the drug dealers with Mercedes Benzes and stuff in front of these raggedy houses that was crack houses, those houses are now worth millions of dollars. They were $5 a piece then. When black people was living in these communities, they didn't know that them houses were dirt cheap and were going to become very, very wealthy houses. Meaning that the Europeans had a 20-year plan, which they always do on black people. It's 20 years. They plan out 20 years, 30 years from you.
Yep.
You don't even know what they're going to do.
Yep.
That's what they had planned. So while we was running around selling crack, shooting up, making these houses, crack houses, and not paying attention, them houses was $6 a piece then. They cost $500,000 because they then took and pushed all the black people out in them houses and communities they used to live in, because they don't want to commute to downtown anymore.
Proximity.
And let me say this, when I did my research, and I just did it on New Orleans, I found that the clears were moving out of the city to Slidell, Mandeville, Covington, all these Jefferson Parish, all these different places. When I found out that the number one reason why they would go back and forth is for the commute. After a while, they get tired of the city. They move on the outskirts. They don't mind coming an hour to work back and forth for the next 20, 30 years. But then after a while of that, they get tired of that and they say they want to move in the city. They wait for us to bring the value up and then they come back. I swear to God, commuting was one of the number one reasons why these clears love gentrification. I swear to God.
Because the downtowns of every city in America are back.
The suburbs is over.
The suburbs is over. So now black people is out there in these suburbs like, man, I got a mansion. I'm renting a mansion for $700 or $650, and I got 6 bedrooms. I got a pool. They don't even know this is about to be the hood.
And you got to drive. You got to get expensive gas. You got to pay car insurance. Meanwhile, rich folks is like, you know what?
Ride my bike to work.
I'm about to skateboard across the street.
You hear me? That's what this movie's about. And it's really happening all over the world.
You know what's crazy? I don't care what city you from. I'm from New Orleans, but I live up here close to Atlanta. I don't give a damn what city you from. You're going to always see clear people walking on a bike, on a goddamn scooter, or they all know how to put their money in their pocket and get here so that they can be closer to the job. This is what they do. And like Mike Epps said, the worst part is they push us out to their suburbs and we think, oh snap, we living good. Whole time within the next year, it'll be broken down into the slums like the one you came from. And they just do a teeter-totter back and forth over and over and over again. They move y'all to the suburbs, let y'all tear that up, bring the property value down while they bring the property value up in the city. And then when they get tired of being in the city, they get tired of this or whatever the case, then they flip-flop and go back to the suburbs and put you niggas back in the city. This is all they do. And if you think about it, they've been doing this since the late 1800s, but really the early 1900s when we started with what? the Trail of Tears, and we started with the KKK coming in, pushing black people in and out. All they did was get rid of the white boy in the hood and put it into law. That's all they did. Instead of having that cracker with the hood come on the horse and burn your houses and burn the schools and put the cross in front of your yard, they got rid of him and put this shit into law. Now, in my opinion, I'm not the most intelligent on this. I just have common sense. I'm not a politician. But in my opinion, if Black America wanted to stop this, first thing we need to do is attack the law, the bill, or whatever it is that allows them to do what they are doing. We need to go first find it to see what it is. After we find it to see what it is, we need people who are researchers to be able to go in there, find the nooks and crannies, find the loopholes, that because a lot of them work through loopholes. They don't never look at the paper black and white. They normally use the black and white to find the loopholes. Find said loopholes, destroy said loopholes, and get this whole thing up out of here. But if we continue to fight at the end or fight from behind, when I say fight from behind, it's, oh, they moving us all out of our neighborhoods. By that time, it's too late. By the time they send you a letter in your mailbox saying you got to be gone in 30 days, it's already too late. What I'm saying is we see what they're doing. They've been doing this for years, since longer than we've been alive on this internet. What we need to do is find what it is that gives them the provisions to do what they're doing and attack that. That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is how we're going to get over this gentrification. Not crying every time they tell us it's time to move. By then, we're reactive. It's time to be proactive. Let's go through the back door instead of ringing the doorbell. Does that make sense? Go through the back door instead of ringing the doorbell. Let's go get the thing that the police be using to bust down the doors. Let's go get that. Run through the back door, bust through that bitch, and yay. You see what I'm saying? Now, again, I'm not a political girly. I'm not into the politics, but if I was, that's what I'd be doing. Now, let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let me read a couple of more super chats. Get the likes up, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you, Nace SYT7. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Boo, did you ever get the link I sent you on Twitter about the Clears buying black women's eggs and how they want the aborted babies? No, but I probably have seen the video you talking about. You sent it to me on Twitter? Hold on, I'm about to log in right now. I'm already in. Let me see. You sent me a DM? Y'all know I don't be in them DMs like that. Hold on. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't be in them DMs like that. Oh, girl, what is this, honey? I don't even know how to get to my DMs on here. How you get to the DMs? I don't even know how to get to the DMs. I don't even know how to get to it on the internet. Articles, chat, Grok, notifications. Girl, I can't even get to it. Let me check on my phone. I'm going to check on my phone. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Night Owl, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And What You Cooking says, happy Tuesday, boo. Happy Tuesday, baby. I hope y'all doing good. I hope everybody doing good. I hope your mom and them and everybody is doing fine, honey. I don't see nothing. Send it to my email, boo. Send it to my email, whatever you're trying to send me. But if it's about that white man that was trying to tell them women about buying their eggs, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love you too, Daisha. Thank you so much, boo. All right, we got to move on, y'all. Now, I want to move on to Google search. I got to move on to Google search. Then we'll get into some Negro stuff, okay? Now, did y'all know that Google search is no longer a search engine? And I'm going to explain to y'all what I mean by this. Prior to now, whenever you would ever go to Google search, you could go in and you can hit the search button and you could say information on the civil rights movement. And then Google will pull up a whole bunch of articles, a whole bunch of things for you to select from, for you to go and find what you believe is true. Well, apparently Google search is no longer. Now Google search is AI. And what happens is when you go in that same Google search bar, instead of it giving you stuff and letting you decide what's right, now they're saying Google search basically gives you the answer. And this is why this is a problem. 90% of people go on Google and think that whatever they see on here is factual. They think that it's real. So y'all ever got into it with a person and they'll be like, oh, I know that's a lie because I Googled it. Or I looked on Google and you see what I'm saying? This is how you know that these people 100% rely on Google. Google knows this. Google knew this when they created the first Google search. That's the part of the play. They knew that you would be 100% dependent on Google, and this is where they could sneak attack. They could switch Google search into AI, and because your brain is already making it where you believe everything come off of Google, all they got to do is put whatever they want in there, and you're going to take it at face value. The AI be hella wrong. The AI be hella wrong. Hella wrong. Do you hear me? That AI, if you don't have discernment, AI will send you up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. AI is something special, not in a good way, for the most part. Okay? Yep, all of the sites are doing it. Everything you got is switching straight to AI. And the purpose for switching to AI is so basically it takes away your ability to think, and it's going to allow AI to think for you. Why is this important, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? If AI thinks for us, where does that leave us? If we don't create our own thoughts, if we don't answer our own questions, if we don't do our own research, and AI is giving us the answer, what do you think that's going to do? How do you think that is going to affect the people? I don't give a damn what color you is and where you're from. How do you think that will affect the people? Well, I'll tell you, Google knows how it affects the people, and it's working flawlessly the way they want it to work. They want you to be slaves to media, slaves to AI, and slaves to the world. So they need you to trust Google and AI for your everything, because this is how they're going to be able to control you. I saw this clear woman on here and I wanted to share this with y'all. This lady is basically telling y'all how they done switched and made the switch and what this is going to do to us. It says Google is no longer a search engine. It is an AI assistant. Search is basically an algorithm for finding information online. An AI assistant finds the information it thinks is valuable and then does its own analysis of that information. It would be like going to a library and someone meeting you at the door, taking your questions and bringing you their answer. This is literally antithetical to learning. If you would like a search engine that is still search, I recommend DuckDuckGo, okay? Whatever. Let's get into the lady talk about the AI search engine being, or Google now being the AI search engine.
We have to talk about search. So a couple weeks ago, Google has just overnight switched from a search engine to an AI assistant. And it's really important that parents understand what this means. This is not a small change. This is a seismic, huge change to the internet, first of all. And importantly, to how we find, understand, and engage with information online. An AI assistant is something that essentially does the analysis and the work for you and gives you like a rough draft or a first cut or its perspective. That is not what search was. It was indexing the internet. So if you think about like a library as an analogy, the difference is walking into a library, sifting through, all of the different topics and finding the thing that you're looking for, or exploring a particular topic and then identifying what you're looking for, versus walking in and having someone meet you at the front door and say, what is it that you're looking for? And then they don't let you into the building. They're just like, here is my answer to that question. Like, that's basically what's happening now. So that is what Google has become. Google is no longer a search engine. Take that out of your head. It is now an AI assistant that is telling you what its perspective of whatever you're looking for is. It's doing the searching, the analysis, and the sort of synthesis of that information for you and handing it back to you. This has massive implications for everybody and everything because of the degree to which we are dependent now on the internet. But it has really big implications for our kids because they are learning now how to find and analyze and synthesize information. This has a profound effect on research, the acquisition and the growth of knowledge, and building analytical and critical thinking skills. So again, Google is no longer a search engine. It is an AI assistant, and we have to immediately stop treating it like search. We have to talk about search.
Let me say this, and shout out to this lady for coming with this information. Let me say this. Do you know how bad this is going to be for children? Like the lady said, we got children who are learning how to find and process information. If they are taught that the AI is the tell-all be-all, then children will not know how to create their own thoughts. They won't even know how to search information for that matter, because they're going to be 100% reliant on the AI. And I'm just talking about children. I know adults that are going to be like that, 100% relying on the AI. I think this is just my suggestion. I think we need to go back to libraries. Now, I know the school won't allow teachers to teach this, but I think this is why home is the first school, right? I think that we need to start doing trips to the library with our children, teaching them how to work the system, how to go in and search information, how to come up with a thought. I remember when I was in elementary school, we would be in class and they would say, okay, come up with a topic. You come up with a topic and then you find out what it is you want to know about that topic. And it would take us over to the library where we would go to the librarian and she would show us the section and where in which we could find the information. And then we would write a 1 paragraph book report on what we found. These things are the things that is going to keep us alive. Remember, they've already taken out cursive from the schools. Children could barely read print, let alone cursive. So you know when it's time for them to read these bills and these laws, it's a wrap. They're going to be 100% relying on AI, and AI is controlled by the powers that be. You see what I'm saying? We got to get our children back to the library. And not only that, we have to learn to create independent thoughts. Not what they said on the internet, not what AI told me when I searched it, not what the teacher told me at school. Our own independent thoughts, whether they're good, bad, right, wrong, or indifferent. We have to get back to creating our own independent thoughts, because what the system wants us to do is not have our own independent thought. They don't even want us to be able to speak to ourselves and reason with ourselves and discern and create and disseminate information. They want us to be 1,000,000,000% reliant on the AI, which puts us really in a slave state. We got to get back to the libraries. We got to keep funding them. We got to keep them open. We got to make sure the information in the libraries are good. Because if we don't do it and take this on our own, then we're screwed. Because I can say for me, I'm good. I'm 43 years old. I know how to go get the information. But it serves me no justice if all of my people is 100% relying on AI. It literally is like hustling backwards. And remember, just like Mike Epps said, he said they plan 20, 30 years. They plan 100+ years. When they introduced Google search to us, they knew they had an AI coming behind that. That's why they got us completely reliant on Google search. Once they dropped Google search, we stopped going to the libraries, myself included. I only go to the library if it's something super important, on some genealogy shit, on some shit I'm trying to fight against the system with. Myself included, stop going to the libraries because we got 100% relying on Google search. It became the library. What I'm telling y'all is they did that on purpose. They made Google search the library, so eventually we'll just go right on into AI because we're already stuck on Google search. We got to get back to the libraries, bro. And not only do we have to get back to the libraries, we have to teach each other how to research. When I was in college, they used to tell us if we got anything off of Google, it was an automatic fail. Did y'all old enough to remember that? Y'all old enough to remember that? I think I'm telling my age. When I first went to college, I remember them people was telling us, if you do any paperwork, or if you do if you write a paper or anything, and anything came off of Google, them people was failing you off the cuff. It don't matter. No. When I went, they said you had to go show the reference from the library or from the article that you went factually picked up. And they used to tell us anything off of Google, automatic fail. Then it went to certain things off of Google, or depending on how you, now it's all colleges are created around Google. I'm glad I came up the old school way, because I know how to old school research. I know how to, I told y'all I still write with pen and paper. I don't write shit in my phone. I don't like the note section. No. I'm old school. I still take pencil and put it to the paper and do like this. Yay. I have real journals and all that. Yeah. We got to stick to that. Because if we rely on this AI, we're screwed. Tell a friend. Let's move on. Now, I want to get into this indoctrination of Black American children. Then we're going to get into Yakub creating them clears. And then we'll end off with this Caribbean man who says that they are not African. Shout out to that brother. Now, y'all remember this video? I remember seeing this video a while ago on the internet, and I thought it was dope. It was this man talking to the little kids, and he was basically telling them or training them to not be saying that they Negro, that they're Black. Now, my ignorant mind thought that this was dope. You teaching the children early, getting them early, ready to know who they are. That's my ignorant mind. Seeing this again from my eyes, I actually saw this man indoctrinating children into believing that they are something that they are not, Negro or Black. Does that make sense? So you got these adult teachers starting. Remember, when they indoctrinate us, they love starting in the school age. They love starting in kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Did y'all know that they had at first school didn't start at 5 and 6, but they realized the earlier you get the kids, the better off the indoctrination. So they switched it up to then they added kindergarten and all that stuff. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. When I watch this movie through the eyes I have today, or this clip through the eyes I have today, this is not cute and it's not good. What I see is an agent literally indoctrinating a child into believing something that is not true. Let's get into this video real quick. Y'all get the likes up. Hold on. And the child looks so scared. Let's get into it, y'all. It says Dr. John Churchville is a civil rights activist. Oh, Lord. And Black nationalist who founded Philadelphia's Freedom Library Community Project, which would become the Freedom Library Day School. Agent. Churchville opened the Freedom Library in a Ridge Avenue storefront in North Philadelphia. Churchville envisioned the Freedom Library as a community center that will provide a setting for education for both children and adults, and a locus for a community organization. He hoped the library would help foster racial pride and meaningful self-identity, which he saw as necessary groundwork for political and social change. As part of the goal, Churchville amassed a collection of 2,000 books by or about African Americans, with an emphasis on texts about Black history and contemporary problems. Let me also add this in too. Y'all see how when they be labeling us African American, that's the gateway for the Africans to come in and say, see, you're us and we're you. That's why you see a lot of African pages, a lot of African YouTube channels, a lot of African Instagram and African Twitter pages. They love sharing our shit when they call us African American, because that's an easier way for them to tether on. And this guy, being the civil rights activist, agent, who was probably here to push this Africa bullshit on us. Let's get into it.
Are you scared of me? No. Are you going to be scared of some president of the United States? No. Some mayor? No. Some policeman? No. All right. You're a Negro. Yes! You're a Negro, Eric. No. pass me my stick. I said you're a Negro, boy.
No.
You're getting mighty soft. You're a Negro.
No.
Very good. What is a set?
A set is a collection of objects.
What is a subset?
A subset is part of a set.
What is a member?
A member is one unit of a set.
What, in terms of set comparison, does larger mean?
Larger means that there's more members.
Don't play with me. You're a Negro.
No.
I am your teacher. You are a Negro.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you. What would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Suppose I had some money in my pocket. Suppose I gave you $1 to say that you're an American Negro. This is money now. Money talks. Money talks. This dollar, and if you don't say it, you don't get it. You're an American Negro, aren't you?
No.
Are you going to be scared of me?
No.
This is him. Remember I told y'all we didn't learn about being black and African until the 50s and the 60s. Now it makes sense in the 60s while he's in the classroom trying to indoctrinate children to say you're no longer Negro, now you're black or you're Afro-American. You're literally watching it in real time. He's indoctrinating children to believe that they are something they are not. Prior to being in this class, these children have no concept of being black and no concept of being Afro-American. But he's literally all in their face, indoctrinating them to become black and Afro-American. And here we are today, fighting for identity. Does that make sense? Bruh, listen, let me tell you something. These people, when they give you the narrative and say, oh, this is prideful, you look at it and you say, this is prideful, this is so dope, and you be here for it. But when you don't allow them to give you the narrative and you look with your own eyes, you get to see this stuff a little bit differently. What I'm seeing is an agent indoctrinating children. And not only these children, I'm pretty sure this went on the worldwide or at least the nationwide broadcast system where other children got to see it and other teachers saw it and implemented it into their programs. This is indoctrination. You should not have to tell a child who they are. No other group of people are indoctrinated at childhood to know who they are. Only us. That's because this is done by design. This is a play. This is why we're fighting for identity now. This is why I'm on here telling y'all to do genealogy, because of this. I saw it and I want to share it with y'all. I just see it differently. Like I said, I used to see it as if this was something prideful, that this young man or this young baby is learning that he's not a Negro and he's black. But now that I know what I know, this is disgusting and it's horrible. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I'm gonna drop my earring. Get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hope y'all are doing well. Sorry, y'all. I'm all over the place. Now I want to get into Yakub, the black man who created white people. Now I will level with y'all. When I first heard the Yakub story, I thought it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I remember seeing this video on YouTube. A white man shared it actually. And he was laughing and he was just like, tell me why these people are on the internet saying that white people were made in the lab. And me in my ignorant state was like, what? And he was like, and he shared the video, and I ain't gonna lie, the video he shared was thorough, and I ain't gonna lie, it created a real good play, or at least a real good argument for white people being created in the lab. Now, this is what we know. God didn't create white people. That's it. God did not create white people. He didn't. They're Johnny-come-latelys that came way later. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not saying that y'all don't have a connection to God. I'm just telling you the facts. God didn't create white people. People created white people. Meaning, when God created the earth and he populated the earth, white folks were nowhere around there. When you go look at ancient history, ancient American history, ancient African history, hell, even ancient European history, white people do not exist. They don't exist. Go look at old European history, not the 1800s. That's why they playing with you. And don't look at none of that shit they sketched up and put in the book. Go look up old European walls. You won't find a white person because they didn't exist. God didn't create white people. Say what I said. Now, I'm not saying y'all ain't close to God. That's between you and whoever made you. I'm just telling you the truth. God didn't create white people. He didn't. Somebody had to create them, and whoever created them had to be a black person because only melanated people roam the earth. Facts. Okay? Now, this is what we know. Let's take Yakub off the table. We know that the cracker created Cabbage Patch Kids for a fact. This is what we know. We've been talking about this for how long? They literally created babies in a lab, grew them in a field, and put them on a train called the orphan train and shipped them all over the world. Take Yakub off the table. We know that they know how to make humans because they made the Cabbage Patch Kids. Facts. And if you don't know, please do your research on the Cabbage Patch Kids and the orphan trains, and you'll know that they're one and the same and they coexist with each other, okay? Now, why is this important? If we know that they created white folks then you had to know that they had to create white folks before that. Because why would they create people then if they never created them before? If they created the Cabbage Patch Kids, then that means the technology to create clones and or people has been around long before the Cabbage Patch Kids. Who is the person or the people who created that? It has to be somebody melanated. Now bring you back to Yakub. Yakub is allegedly the melanated being who created white people. Remember I told y'all when the Cabbage Patch Kids came out and white folks started admitting that they created other white folks and Asians and Hispanics and Arabs and all that stuff? Remember I told you when all of that came out, you had some white people saying, whoo, I thank God I could trace my genealogy back to 17 this or 16 this because that means I'm not a clone. No, that does not mean you're not a clone. That just means you're an older clone. The fact of the matter is, Black America, and I'm speaking specifically to you, these are human beings and you are gods. Some of these human beings ain't even human beings. They are human-like beings, but they're not human beings. The thing is, something to be equivalent to you was created, and that was these other people. And then they flipped it on you and told you that you needed to adjust to them, meaning your blood pressure needs to be at the rate of theirs. You're diabetic, all of this stuff, health-wise, science-wise. That's why they told us we all came from a monkey to all make their story make sense. That's what this is all about, to make their story make sense to us. This is why scientifically, you'll find, if anybody has ever heard this, white people have a large or at least a very close relation to canine and or dogs. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever heard that. Not only that, monkeys, and this is not being racist, this is fucking facts. This is written, okay? Not just dogs, monkeys, dogs, all kinds of other things, okay? Not us. The same science will tell you that melanated people, for the most part, not all, but most of the melanated people have zero connection to this stuff. That tells you, if nothing else tells you before, that they have to have some relation to that due to whatever they're made of. Even your blood type, Black America, even your blood, reptiles too. Even your blood type though. We don't share the same blood type as clears. We don't. Most of them have negative blood types where most of us have positive blood types. Facts. A lot of them are RH negative, whatever. And I'm not no scientist. Don't get me the line. But from what I research, the mass majority of them have negative blood type. We talking about science now. Okay? Even think about the sun. The sun, when it touches our skin, we absorb it and we reflect it. It gives us energy. It gives us life. When you talk about them, the sun kills them, literally. If they stay in the sun too long, especially without doggone sunscreen, cancer, skin disease, and death. That's because anything that was made by the Most High God will be able to withstand the earth. They cannot. Not only that, procreation. Clear people cannot procreate at the rate of Black Americans or melanated people all over the world. They never have and they never will, because they are the subset of what we are as the gods. Remember, they got us believing that we humans, so now we think we just humans like them, but we're not. We are the gods. That's why I think about it talent-wise. We sing better, we dance better, we act better, we look better, we walk better, we talk. Everything about us is better because we are the gods and they are the human-like beings. Does that make sense? It's so many things we can go up and down to prove this, but what I'm telling you is this. When you add all those things that you know about us and white people or clears, and you think about where they come from, they like to tell you that they came from Europe in the Caucasus Mountains. That's not true. That is not true. There's nothing to point to white folks coming from no mountain in no goddamn Europe. Some people even say they came from Africa. That's not true. They were made in a lab. I need y'all to understand that. Now, I'm going to share Yakub. This video on Yakub. Now, there's a longer video on YouTube. I don't have it on me, and I'm going to go look at it again with some fresher eyes. But there's this longer video on Yakub on YouTube, and it actually goes into what he did and how he created white folks. Now, I don't know if Yakub is the person that created white folks, but what I do know is somebody melanated created them, and here we are. Oh, and by the way, they like to lie and say that white people been around for 6,000 years. 600 if we're lucky. 600 years if we're being generous, if we're being nice. They have not been around for 6,000 years. That too is a lie. Let's get into this video really quickly, y'all. Get the likes up.
They say it's a myth. They say it's hate. But when you trace the science in the scriptures, what you find is a pattern too precise to ignore. 6,000 years ago, according to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, a brilliant but misguided Black scientist named Yakub began an experiment on the island of Patmos. Not just a science experiment, an agenda. He wanted to engineer a new people by isolating the lightest traits in our gene pool, generation after generation. Through selective breeding, he began grafting out the dominant traits of original people, melanin, compassion, connection to the divine, and left behind something else. A being with little pigmentation, recessive traits, aggression hardwired through scarcity. And while they laugh at the idea, science quietly confirms what they mock. Recessive traits only rise in isolated populations. That's not mythology. That's evolutionary biology. It's called a genetic bottleneck. European populations, especially those descending from the last ice age, are genetically linked to a very small founder group, likely less than 200 individuals. And when you isolate a population, what happens? The weaker traits that would normally be masked by dominant melanin, start to express. Red hair, pale skin, blue eyes, and lower levels of melanin come with consequences. Weaker immune function, inability to absorb sunlight, higher rates of neurodegenerative disease. That's not opinion, that's peer-reviewed. The MC1R gene governs melanin expression. In melanin-dominant people, it regulates deep pigmentation, UV protection, and energy conversion. In melanin-recessive populations, mutations in this gene result in depigmentation, traits that make the body vulnerable in sunlight, mentally unstable under pressure, and cut off from vibrational memory. And here's the part that connects the science to the soul. Once Yakub's creation reached critical mass, they were exiled into the caves of West Asia, what we now call Europe. There, in the cold, dark isolation of mountains and ice, survival wasn't about harmony, it was about domination. Over thousands of years, a culture emerged that saw nature not as divine, but as something to conquer. Scarcity bred greed. Sunlight became an enemy.
Let me say this too. I want to add, let me say this too. And this is just my theory. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I know this not no theory. White people cannot do what they're doing alone. somebody melanated or something outside of white folks is behind them, allowing them and making provisions for them to have the reign over us that they have. I need y'all to understand that. It's not just white people. White people are our immediate threat. That's who we dealing with day to day. There is something or somebody or somebodies that are behind the white folks giving them this reign. That's all I'm going to say. Let me get it back to it.
And from this cauldron, the false systems we now live under were born. White supremacy, colonization, capitalism, it all traces back to a cold world mindset forged in those caves. So when they ask, where do white people really come from? The answer isn't just Europe. It's grafted mutation. It's selective survival. It's a legacy of trying to escape the sun and the truth that lives in it. And that's why they still try to block it out. Why they dim the skies with chemicals. Why they can't exist without stealing our rhythm, our melanin, our memory. But what they forget is this. No matter how far you run from the sun, you can't escape the truth written in your origin. And now that truth is rising again.
And the only reason that they like to say Europe is the mountain where because they need to give them a location as far as an origin. Because every other person on this earth has a location that they can point to as their origin. Even we do. Here, right here where you're standing at under your 2 feet. Every group of people has an origin location. The reason why they say that they came out of a mountain in Europe is because that gives them a location, number one. And number two, in your mind, it paints Europe white when Europe is not white. It has never been white. The original Europeans are still there right now. You see some of them on TikTok, the Black Scottish, the Black Brits, the Black, all these are indigenous people for the most part, not in the UK because that's a melting pot. Outside of the UK, you have indigenous melanated people all over them lands, okay? However, white folks, clears, don't have an origin place. So in order for them to take over Europe and say that it belongs to them, that's why they tell you that they came out of a mountain or a cave in Europe. Bullshit. Because Europe is black too. Europe is black too. You just got to know where to go so you can see it. Why is this important, y'all? Listen. This is not to be racial, and I'm not going to keep throwing out no goddamn essays and PSAs about it. At the end of the day, the truth is out. It is time for us to know who and what we are and who they are. See, knowing who we are is also knowing who they are. You can't know thyself unless you know everything around you too. You got to be able to put 2 and 2 together. That's not just a saying that we use. It's actually a real thing. In order to know you got to be able to understand everything around you and be able to put the 2 and 2 together. At the end of the day, these people can't procreate at the rate that we can. They have recessive genes. They have negative, all of everything that we are positive of, they are negative of. That is because even though in our minds we've been told that they are above us, they're really so far below us, it's ridiculous. And the only thing that keeps them there and not here is this. This the only thing that keep the cracker here and not there. Not they mind, ours. Not what they think, what we think. We the only reason why they still get the rain up here and not where they belong down here. Y'all ever heard the people say in the past how the first slaves were white? That's a fact. It was melanated people enslaving the beasts because that's what the melanated people saw them as, beasts. They're clones. Like, get them to plow the lawn or get them, but they not good workers. So then they realize, hell, we can't even get them to do that. You see what I'm saying? Now, let me also say this, because I notice when I look around the world, because y'all know I look around the world. I don't just be zoned out on everything. when I look around the world and I see construction happening on the streets, I always see clear people. Sometimes I see black people, but for the most part, I see Hispanics and I see clears. And I think to myself all the time, the little bullshit infrastructure that they're building now, this is why they got us thinking that foreigners built the country. The fact of the matter is they couldn't replicate the shit that we built when we were in charge because they are the recessive. They are the lesser of us. But because we already built it and they've tricked our mind to believe that some aliens or some shit built it, and they came back on top of that and started building bullshit, we really look at them as if they are the builders when they are not. They don't even have the capacity or the thought process to be creative enough to build. All they doing is just redoing shit that it's kind of like, y'all ever get instructions in the mail when you order a cabinet or something and it'll say connect A to B and then get this part and take this part and screw this in here to make sure that's all they doing all across America. That's literally all they doing. Them bullshit buildings that they building. These bullshit houses. I live in one. And it's a brand new house. These bullshit houses that they building. Our grandparents built houses that'll last for 200, 300, 400 years. I can still go to the area where my family land from, and the houses are still there, and they were built over 100, 200 years ago. These bullshit houses that they're building that look great, and we think that it's bullshit. We are the real builders. This is why we don't have real shit, because they building all our shit. They done got it in our minds that they are the ones and we are the twos. They done got it in our minds that they are the builders and we are the slaves. So that's why they keep rebuilding this bullshit, making it look pretty so that we can think that they are the creators and they are not. The point is this, Black America, know who you are, but not only know who you are, know who they are. All clears were made in the lab, not by God. God did not create them. I know y'all know some nice clears. I know some nice clears too. Shout out to them clears, but that's not what I'm saying. Y'all were made in the lab. Now let's move on. Get the likes up and we can get into this last story. Now, shout out to this Caribbean man. Let me tell you why this is important. Black America, wake your ass up. Wake your ass up. It's an awakening going around all across this here globe. The Most High is awakening his melanated people all across the globe. Let me say this. Shout out to my sisters and brothers in the Caribbean and in South America. Outside of the ones who are indoctrinated to believe y'all are from Africa, there's a lot of you who know exactly who you are and where you came from. Even though a lot of these Caribbeans, like Black Americans, go and get indoctrinated through education to believe that's something that they're not, there's still some people there who's willing to die on the sword of who they are because they know who they are. Now, if you let American education tell us, they'll tell us that all of us, the Caribbeans, the Black people in North America and the Black people in South America all came off a boat from Africa. We rarely hear the Caribbeans talk about it, but for the most part, most Black Americans still believe that we came off a boat through slavery. But the fact of the matter is the transatlantic slave trade was not real. It didn't happen nowhere near to the capacity you believe it happened. As a matter of fact, I don't think they brought 1 or 2 people over here during that time. But through education and indoctrination, we have been spoon-fed and force-fed that information to where you can't tell us nothing of the sort other than we were slaves off of a boat. And that's something I really can't wait till we get through of. But the fact of the matter is, we were already in North America. The Black people was already in South America. And them Black people on them islands and them Afro-Hispanics or Afro-Latinos, if that's what y'all want to call it, y'all was already there. All of us was already there. Remember, this is the new world. The entire West, not just North America. The Caribbeans, South America, and North America were labeled as the new world. That's because they were coming over here to take everything we already got. Even in the Caribbean, you see Asians, Arabs, clears, all over them islands buying up all that land. They say in Jamaica, they got it where the Jamaicans can't even go on their own beach no more. These people, I use that term loosely, these people are doing what they were created to do. Colonize, divide, conquer, and create. Divide, conquer, and take. But shout out to this Caribbean man who's going to tell y'all, it says he's a Garifuna elder from Guatemala, states that black or dark people from that region are in fact the true original Caribs and that they are not from Africa. This is another thing that the tethers like to do. They love to claim that they Taino, Indian, or this, that, and the third. Bullshit. The Taino is my color. The Taino look like me and this man right here on this screen. They lying. That's their way in. Let's get into this brother tell y'all that they're originally from there, that they are Aboriginal, indigenous to those lands.
The islanders. Is that it?
Who are the Caribs?
They're from South America, right? Or like the Guyanas.
Yeah.
The
Well, who are they?
I'm not sure.
You have to do your history, friend.
Yeah.
Where do you think the black people here come from?
I don't, it's either, I'm not sure. It's either like slave ship or they came from Africa, right? What do you think?
We've never been Africa.
Never.
We've never been Africa.
Yeah, they don't really say on...
We're not with the Africans. We are the Caribs.
Right.
We are the Caribs. Our ancestors are the Caribs.
Mm-hmm.
We man this. We control this. We inhabited this. Yeah. The sea was named for us, the Caribbean. We are the Caribs. The Africans came after. They came around the Cape Horn.
Oh, they cut it off when he started spitting. But he's right. The Africans came way after. I showed y'all on Educational Friday that by and large, they didn't start coming into the United States until the 1960s. If y'all be on Educational Friday, you would know that. The Africans, by and large, did not begin to come to North America till the 1960s. It's the same thing in the Caribbean. It's the same thing in South America. But they tell you through school that they've been here hundreds of years and they misidentify you as them. Not misidentify because they do it on purpose, but they literally trade destiny swap you with them to make it seem like you were them back then. That's not true. And shout out to this brother. He gets it. We are all indigenous to these lands, melanated people of the West, not just Black America. All melanated people in this Western world, in this new world that the cracker love to advertise. You are who you've always been. You are where you've always come from. And this is your land. This is your land, not Africa. That's why when you go over there, the land regurgitates you. It spits you back out and sends you back home because you're already home. You don't have to listen to me. Listen to the land. The land is literally telling you the truth. That's why every time a nigga pack up and go live in Africa, he be back in the year 2 tops because that ain't your land. The land will always call you home, baby. That's why y'all go over there and be right back because the land will always call you home. You have to know who you are. The only way to find that out is through your genealogy. It's documented, Black America. You have the most documented history than any other people on the face of this earth. You are doing yourself a huge disservice when you don't go and explore that history to know who you are. Stop letting these boule babies and these Freemasons and all these D9 members tell you you came off a boat. When they tell you that, it puts money in their pocket. It adds longevity to their doggone their genes and to their families. They get incentivized for telling you that bullshit. And it's not just to Black America, to the Caribbeans, to the South Americans, same thing. You are Aboriginal to your land. You won't know it until you explore self, until you go and find out who you are. I can't tell you. I can, but I can't. I can't give you full detail on who you are. I can give you a ballpark figure, but you got to go into your own genealogy and figure that out. I'm begging Black America, if y'all don't do nothing, do your genealogy. Now, what did we learn today? White people were made in the lab, and Black folks, you are from where you at. Okay? Thank you, Natasha, so much. Natasha Holiday for the super chat. She says, great live. Thank you so much. Dear Nicole, thank you so much for being a member for 26 months. Thank you so much. She says, hey, boo, I sent you an email this morning. It's the lady on Instagram that has a meeting set getting Black businesses together and having the real talks. I went and looked at her last night. I saw your email and I forgot to get back with you. I got to look her up more because I think she started off talking about primes, but then she started talking about getting Black people in their businesses together. She sounds like a good sister. I'm going to check her out. I saw it though. Thank you, dear Nicole. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says facts. They need to learn the Dewey Decimal System and rediscover critical thinking. Oh, yes. They told us they were taking our minds. We have to counter that. Thank you, Trey. That's exactly what it is. We have to discover critical or rediscover critical thinking. Boy, if we don't do that, we are screwed. Okay. And discernment. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate you. Catch your eye. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. Says thank you for your knowledge and time. And thank you for being here. You don't have to be here, but you are. Thank you so much. Catch your eye. Nate, thank you so much for the super chat. Says that's crazy how you say they can't produce like us. 46 with 11 children, and my oldest is 29. Exactly. Facts. They can't. Think about your average clear. They got on average 1 to maybe 3 tops. Stop me when I start lying. Think about the average clear person you know. They ain't got a whole bunch of children. They don't. Black Americans, we be having to get on birth control to stop from getting pregnant. It's facts. If you think I'm lying and full of shit, just look around. Thank you, Nay. I appreciate you. And Catch Your Eye, thank you so much again for the super chat. You didn't have to, but you did. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope y'all learned something. If you did, please share it. Please, please, please. Vu, can we watch the verdict before you leave? What verdict? They doing Carmelo verdict this fast? I'm not about to get on here with that. I ain't gonna lie. What verdict? I don't know what verdict you're talking about. No. I don't know what verdict you're talking about. Okay. All right, yeah, I can't. I gotta come back later on and do Kelly Price. Whatever the verdict is, we'll Joce it tomorrow. So shout out to y'all. And thank you, Trey, for the super chat again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, whatever the verdict is, tomorrow we'll Joce it. I don't know what verdict you're talking about, if this is for Carmelo Anthony or not. I may have missed it. Sorry. But thank you again. How you say it? How do you say your name? Ouija Ken TV. I hope I pronounced that right. Ouija Ken TV. Thank you for the super chat. Says, good Lord, I am a tether. My father is Haitian and my mom is Dominican. Like with white hillbilly. No. A tether is an action, okay? A tether is a person who's trying to tether onto something that they're not. That don't necessarily make you a tether. A foreigner, yes. Tether, I don't know you personally to say you're a tether. So I wouldn't put that jacket on myself if I was you, okay? You can be a foreigner and not be a tether, okay? I'll give you an example of a foreigner that's not a tether. In my opinion, Michael Blackson. He ain't never tried to play nigga. He been playing the African the whole time. He's been playing the African, trying to blend in with the niggas, trying to be all right with the niggas. That to me is the person that is a foreigner who's not a tether. With that being said, I love y'all. Y'all, let me get up off of here. I will catch y'all later. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and pay it forward. See y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big with you. The voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.